Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to New Cycle. It's good to see you all back here for episode 3 of the campaign mode. A little early access from the developers, so thanks to them for sending over a key before its release on January 18th, 2024. Of course, you can get this game with the link down below in the description, and thanks to them for sponsoring this series. Well, this game is quite interesting and different than what we played with the demo from previous times, getting a little bit more desperate for survival as food, of course, looks very plentiful here, but we are still trying to balance out a few things. In our previous episode, we did some great research on a lot of things and got all of the first 2 tiers complete, now waiting for tier 3, where we have to get our population up. I think we've got about 40-something people in the camp. Yeah, about 41 there, and getting better as we have a lot more better reputation with more available food, clothing, tools, etc., etc. Actually, we're going to start working on that, but also we're building some windmills to supply the city with some more power. Looks like they're just getting started there as they are finishing construction, I believe. Oh yeah, they just finished construction and are now firing up. So now we got a plus 100 extra kilowatts of power for the city. Well, good to see you all here. If you'd like to see more of this, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. And again, remember, this one will be coming out in 2024 on the 18th of January. Now, a great thing about this game, again, is when we first started the series, we took a look at the sandbox mode, the campaign mode, which has both many different biomes that we can be in, as well as the other 2 campaigns. So it looks like there's quite a bit of content here, and I'm going to be very excited to take a look at everything that comes our way in the coming months after that. After this series and taking our first look at a few of the missions and or late game for the game, I haven't yet decided, but many of you have been giving feedback on what we should do. We're certainly going to be seeing a lot more of this game on the channel. I mean, just finishing our metal production just on the surface too, by the way. We're doing a lot of light production with taking iron ore that we find on the surface, smelting it here in the forges, and then bringing it over to the smith, who's turning things into hammers and tools and other, I don't know, planing devices, saws, whatever, to do the work. So I'm very excited to continue on, and I hope to see a hell of a lot more for this game very soon. Well, we got to go ahead and go over to this other side as well. I think there's a lot of opportunity on that side of the river in order to possibly, well, what does it take there? Oh, it's going to take some ingots to build to the other side, but there could be lots of food over here and water and whatnot, so I think we could build the Big O Bridge. That'd be quite exciting here. Let's see, we just need a little bit more material, and let's go ahead and build it. Look at that! Cool. I did not know we could build a bridge that way. Very similar to Anno with how the bridge building works, though, where it takes a few resources. But we certainly needed to build over to the other side because we're starting to really hit a plateau on our food and also our meat. Mushrooms are kind of our main staple, but hunting is very important, not just for the food, which it is, but also very important more for its ability to provide us with more resources. So if we take a look here at the gathering camp, pretty soon we should be able to... Actually, can we fish yet? I'd like to see if we can do that, but I'd like to continue to look for more mushrooms as we grow our city. People are certainly wanting a lot more food, and we're getting a little bit low on that. 2 soup kitchens there applied to that. Let's see our gathering site. Where's that? Should be a gathering site around here somewhere. Ah, there's one. We've not unlocked fishing yet, but we are very close, and I can't wait until we can... I don't know how our people are going to fish from here. Maybe very carefully scaling down these rocks to the edge of the river, standing on a rock, and then trying to do some fishing there. But it's almost impossible to avoid food source. It's very important. Let's see what we got over here for food. There is some more mushrooms up here, more meat, and a mix of all 3 over there, and even more mushrooms here. I'd like to try to get a double source if we could for mushrooms. But as we fly around the map here, it looks like most of them are just up here, where there is a good source right here for us. Looks like also maybe some stone, so we should be careful with that. And more fish and mushrooms there too. But this is the perfect one. We have 3 resources here, so let's go ahead and plop that down. Let's try to build ourselves a dusty road. And let's try to build maybe a little more gridiron here along the edge. And then we'll go back into that fantastic free build mode that I just cherish so much. That, of course, ability to build a road pretty much any way we want, so long as we hold, I think... oh yeah, we want to switch the modes there with tab, and then... There we go. and then left click and shift to build bendy roads such as this. Yeah, there we go. Now, where is that source? Right over there. Okay, so we're going to build up this way. Boom. All right, a long road to be built there, almost like building a railroad, but you can also see the game terraforming a little bit. Nice. And there's more deposits of iron over here, actually. I thought that was stone before, but many more deposits of iron, which we certainly will need. Interesting map, too, how it's separated by a river, so that way some of the resources are on the other side. That requires us to build up more on this side before branching out, which is pretty cool, actually, and helping us to slow down a little bit in our expansion, more like we're expanding with higher density than expanding outwards, you know, like after Thanksgiving. All right, let's go ahead and see if there's any more mushrooms out there for us. We certainly could build a, well, we got to wait for some workers to get out there, but a little bit more mushroom will do. And we need to get these ready before winter. We're entering summer, and the point here of this, I think I'll build one more here. Although we are out of workers, we'll readjust that. The point of getting those mushrooms is to try to stack up or stock up as much simple meal as we can. That's what we want to do there, is get as many as possible. And also try to get our rep up. So we are trying to get our people as many tools and other things as they need before the changing of the seasons. Let's see here. We're producing 72 and we're consuming 66 per day on the tools. And water, I think we're okay on. Let's take a look at our consumption there. 186 per day. Go ahead and use all the water you'd like then. And we're trying to use all of this just to try to keep happiness up. Water might be a really good renewable resource to take advantage of here, to try to provide our people with a lot of abundance that will boost our happiness. So a few stone, or that's the iron ore there. Oh man, it's right exactly on the spot of 3 of those deposits. We could do one right here and take advantage of 3, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll build a well right there. Perfect. And then let's try again. Field camp. No, well. And it is raining, so that's fantastic. And we'll go free build on this one. Alright, and we got to get some workers assigned here, so let's try to find something else to take them off of. We're having shortages all over, but it's just because our maximum is pretty high. We're producing a lot of stuff, which is a good problem to have. Lumber mill's got 1. I don't think anybody works there at those stockpiles, nor at the main hall. But we could try to reduce the workforces here down to 1 for the mushroom kitchens, and then try to get those up over here for the mushroom production. So we'll be producing more than we're using, and that should help to get those numbers up. So production here is at 60 per day for our mushrooms. So we need to get up past 72 to be able to keep up with the production of the soup kitchens, and then meat is pretty good as well. We've got over 200 leather, and that's a good thing to have. We need to then figure out how to make some clothing for that. But we also have our tavern, which should boost happiness quite a bit too. Good building to have. Wow, that's kind of got a limited range. Well, we could build it up here. Or we could move a couple houses out of the way. Maybe that'd be a good thing to do, is build a tavern there. We're going to build additional houses and then just kind of scoot them over here. We'll go ahead and build just a couple houses here. I think we'll build maybe like 4 along this way. And then we'll have those folks move out of there. And these buildings are actually inactive anyway, so how would we go about destroying those? Yeah, we're going to ask that guy to move. Interesting thing we noticed the last time, I'd never seen this before in the game, is that if a building is inactive, you almost see like grass and other things growing on it, like vines and whatnot. So kind of cool that it shows inactive buildings that way by just showing them kind of being neglected that way. But there is plenty of houses for everyone, so we don't really need more homes. We just need better quality homes. So maybe We'll get rid of these ones here. Now, we will have more people moving in, so hopefully of all these homes, we won't need to build any more. I think I'd rather have more homes than what we need, just in case there's an event or a large number of people show up, so long as we have, like, shelter for them. I think that'd be a good problem to have. There we go. We actually have our tavern right here. And if I put it in the middle, maybe we could add some decorations around it or something. Let's go ahead and build a road there to it. Something like that, maybe. There we go. All right, perfect. So now we've got a tavern ready to go and 4 houses being built, too. Very nice. And that should be our priority building right there. It's already under construction. Let's check the building up here. It is producing mushrooms. Excellent. Production is at 120, and we're using 114. Good. Meat is 30 and 0. So we have no soup kitchens making any of that. Let's switch that over to meat. We're frying up some meat now. So that hopefully will increase the mushroom production as well, because we'll be lowering consumption. So there'll be a much larger production number there. Water's at 360. Good. Water's probably something we should always have in abundance, where it really will help with morale. And also is a good thing to, basically chase off disease, right? Lower numbers of water is higher sickness. I'm assuming it's not probably just for drinking water, but it's for things like cooking and cleaning and for hygiene, washing themselves and of course cleaning their homes and maybe other tools and things like that that they may use. Utensils in their homes, that kind of thing. Laundry. All very important. All right, we're low on stone again after all the construction, especially from the tavern, but that tavern looks nice. It says to eat yourself. Okay, that I think that maybe should say seat yourself. That might send a wrong message to cannibals who might be wanting to come in. Look at that. We can sell off what looks to be alcoholic beverages and also milk. Well, it provides a little bit of entertainment, even though we're not providing any. That's probably a bonus. If we provide booze or milk, that's going to be an extra bonus. But for now, it's probably entertainment and for socializing. You know, music, that kind of thing. Instruments, like this great music playing now. Certainly is really great. I like it. Oh, we need a little pathway there. Okay, let's get that built. Oh, we were kind of out of stone, weren't we? Yeah, we can't even build up there if I wanted to. Let's build another work camp then. What we could do is try to keep these buildings abandoned for the time being, or reduce the number of workers to like 1. We want a field camp for that, though. And that's actually iron ore there. Well, that'll be useful. Surface iron ore. That's it's going to be a good thing. Let's build it over here. That's close enough. All right. Any other stone? Certainly looks like there's some there. But we'll look at the marker in the upper left corner. There does appear to be stone here, yes. And lots more wood. We'll build that there as well. And adjust our workforces accordingly. Seems that's going to be the hardest thing for us, is to try to find stone. Wood is fairly easy. And I'm not seeing too much stone around anymore. There's lots of iron ore over here, though. Almost kind of out of the map a little bit. Up on this hill. We'll get these buildings built. And we're certainly stretching our workforce way too thin, but I got a little bit of a plan here. The idea, I think, is to try to reduce the number of workers in all areas and just have a little bit coming in from a multitude of areas. And that'll be good for us. What is this? A scout from another land. Greetings, Chief. We're representatives of a small community. Our expeditions led us to your settlement, and we were delighted to see such an advanced community here. We'd like to barter with you and turn this acquaintance into a trade partnership. In these challenging times, every link between those who have goods to spare is a boon. What do you say? Well, I think we'd be happy to. Alright, so they're going to send a trade representative. Maybe we can buy some more stone in exchange for a crazy amount of wood that we have. Certainly would be a blessing to trade that. Let's get another one of these soup kitchens here to make meat instead. Fried meat. We'll try to give our mushrooms a little bit of breathing room there. Try to maintain, man. Maintain. Let's do another soup kitchen for meat. Alright, so 3 of those after meat should be good. And our prosperity must have been high enough that somebody found us and was able to send a scout. We have barter rights too, plus 8 morale to all classes, which I think was a good call. That gives us a lot more morale growth quickly. And you can see here we were at 56. Somewhere we were like around, I don't know, like 20 or so. Now we're at 56, so that's good. Housing and entertainment are there. Health and security are next, and clothing is one of the next things we need, but I'm not sure where that will be on the research tab. Maybe vocational training? I don't know. Something here, cultivation maybe, surveillance, building. Weaving. That could be all of our clothing too. Of course, weaving might also take some of those hides that we have, like hides to make leather, but then also soft interior. So we could do something like wool on the inside of a piece of clothing, and then leather on the outside. Got a lot of people working. Wow, a lot of tools coming in too. I think we can cut back on some of these numbers now. Let's go ahead and go with 2 people at the smithy. And we'll, maybe these numbers will tank a little bit, but I certainly want to get the stone up a lot faster. And also, we can mine a little bit more iron ore. We get a lot of ore into storage, and then once it's all been mined from the surface, we can then have all those people smell while we work on other things. We have no more mushrooms here. Let's take a look at some of these. Oh, we have a building here. There we go. We certainly want to mine out that stone. And I think I meant to build a worker camp here instead of the gathering camp, which is alright. Switch those 2 around. They're a very cheap price. So field camp is what we want to mine and to gather iron ore. Especially here. There we go. And another well. Water is great. Look at that. 420. Dank water, bruh. Ooh, we can finally fish now. Look at that. Ooh. Let's go ahead and make sure we're actually doing more on the mushrooms now. All right, we can finally fish. That was unlocked. So that changes things a little bit, but I wonder if food differences would give our people like a happiness boost. If we have mushroom, meat, and fish coming in, they're going to have options, which probably would make them happy too. But we're going to need way more people to work on those jobs. Well, look at that. Speaking of the devil, a group of settlers are moving in. Welcome aboard. Good. Perfect timing. Well, we'll get you folks then working on fishing. And I think we'll have one of these camps then working on, one of these kitchens working on fish and water, a little fish stew. Let's have one person work on that. So if we have a huge abundance of raw food that's not been processed, that's going to be a good thing, because then we can spend all winter and all year processing that, and we'll have more than enough. So that's really nice. Our road just has to be close. Good. All right, let's mine some more iron. Mining all the stone we can get there. And we should be hunting and gathering mushrooms here. And look at that. All those people who just came in immediately used up into our current setup. Very nice. It was good timing. And we're still mining iron there. Seems like they don't mind not having a road nearby. It almost looks like a river in some places. We'll eventually make a road down there, but I think by the time this resource is mined out, I mean, it's just going to have to be one of those desolate, isolated outposts where the workers are going to have to walk. There's not much else for us there. Okay, we're getting a lower number of power. 45 now. We could build some more windmills. We will have more equipment coming in soon. And we could do more hunting to bring in more hides. But we've got quite a bit of that too. Consumption of basic tools is only higher by 1, so we can get away with that for quite some time at a deficit. A fine balancing act, isn't it? Very fine. Got another well out there. I have a feeling like this doesn't need to be, even though this is marked as not connected to a road network, is there really a debuff for that? -30, yep. So the workforce or the efficiency drops to 70 because of that. But honestly, we've got so much water, But if we keep that up, it's, I don't even know if there's a capacity for the storage on this. It might be, oh, it is 5,000. Maybe having a debuff on that's a good thing. Otherwise, we're just endlessly pumping water for free. That's not going to really do much for us. We'll kind of keep that as is. Consumption of meat. Lots of great number of meals here. Let's up those numbers again. Efficiency is at 70. New rules will take effect and influence morale the next day. We're going to keep workforce exactly where it is. Everybody's housed. What else can we build here? Tavern's looking good. We built all these buildings for now. No other tiers? Nope, I don't see anything there. Alright, well, we're just going to let things go for a while. I think we'll speed up time a bit. We're now 92 days in. And we're in the midst of summer year 3. Interesting how it shows... this is like 92 day-night cycles in the game. But of course now we're on our 3rd year of survival. And winter be a-coming. Oh, look at that. We're only consuming 94 meals a day and produce... Yeah, that's actually really good. The fact that we have an abundant amount of food and feeding everybody like crazy is good. That's good for advertising. You know, it means that we've got everybody fed, so thus they're very... Well, they've got more than enough to eat. They're eating till they're going to pop, and that's good for morale. Very good. Yep, water coming in. More iron ore coming in. Tons of mushrooms coming in. I think we'll back off on the meat again. Specialization. Chief, we've accumulated a massive pool of know-how, but it remains largely undirected and unrealized. We need to train individuals with more advanced knowledge and practical experience in a certain field. These people will take on specialized tasks rather than odd jobs. We'll put them in charge of buildings wherein they can put their expertise to work. As a natural consequence of this, their needs will differ from the rest. Go on. We should begin training craftsmen as soon as we can. There we go, a whole new tier. We'll need to set some standards, such as separating various fields of work and establishing necessary qualifications. We'll start planning the training roadmap as soon as you announce the new regulation. The new world calls for new training systems. Our future will be built by competent hands. -9 efficiency. Craftsman training times and resources requirements halved. Now we're going to do this right. Okay, so now we can start training for a whole new class of citizens. Fantastic. So we did unlock some new training, I think. Vocational training, that kind of stuff. So develop vocational training and build a vocational boot camp. Build the necessary structure and start education. Now, I don't think we unlocked that yet, so it's still behind a wall, even though they want it. Nope. There it is, the technical boot camp. Good. So some things aren't always locked behind population. Some things are locked beyond maybe story progression, but that could also be related to population or just time surviving. Who knows? All right, vocational training it is. So this is interesting. This is a whole, like a school where people can pass or fail. So we'll give our people a lot of training, and then they'll work on becoming craftsmen, which is great. Now that's also going to require paper, so let's go ahead and switch one of our recipes. Oh, we can't do that just yet. But that might come soon. Obviously, if we're training people, they're going to have to look at schematics and other things, so that will be the resource that's required. And there goes that building. Almost done. Beautiful. Alright, now the only problem about training people to craftsman level is that it's going to take people away from current jobs, so we're going to have to find out where and what we want to cut. How are we doing on fish, anyway? Let's go back to mushroom there. And where can we reduce our workforce? Wow, 5,000 water, finally. And we're maxed out on that. Oh, wow, we're producing way more than enough iron ore. Let's go ahead and turn those off for now. Actually, we'll keep those down to 1. Was there anywhere else we were making iron ore? Here. That's pretty much all that's left of that mine. Okay, well, let's try to train 4 of these people to be craftsmen. So in order to train them, that's going to take 800 paper and 20 basic tools. So that means that we do have to do some of this upgrading. So we got to wait until we get to a certain population level. I'm not exactly sure often what locks that cycle. It says cycle 3, but I don't know if that's related to time. It's also called roots right there. So before that's new Iron Age, and then foundations. So, well, with people off mining, we could put them back onto hunting, get food variety up. It's got to be a good thing, right? Now we got 3 out of 3 there. Let's see what everybody else is doing up here. Not enough workers. Okay, we just need to get those people unassigned from this building. There we go. And let's produce more meat. Wow, we got more than enough food. Now let's go ahead and increase tool production too, just to get the happiness up. Let's put everything on top just to bop up that happiness, and then we'll scale it back to maintain. Try to keep everybody happy. Does anybody have to work here? No. Just automatic. We'll increase one of our iron ingots by 1. Looks like we're not producing any wood, but we're consuming 3. But with 1,200, we won't have to worry about that for quite some time. And we're probably not doing any logging, so there is a chance that the forest could recover. This is great to see these numbers maxed out. It's really good. It's a very good thing. Food and water when we're at max is nice. Unending preparation. Chief, we need proper preparation to sustain our life here. One of the most important lessons of the last 50 years has been that we can't rely on the seasons to behave as we expect. The fickle atmosphere can breed hellish heat waves and freezing colds in any geography. The state has worsened it with time. It would be foolish to expect for it to get better from here. We need to stock up on essential needs, at the very least, food and water. This will help us cope with the extreme seasonal cycles, as well as whatever pushes us to desperation. Though we can't be ready for everything, we can at least try to secure our current well-being. Have 5,000 water and 1,200 simple meals. Okay, prepare the stockpiles. We got it. Mission immediately completed, basically. Way ahead of you. Beautiful. Hopefully that helps morale. Okay, so the vocational training will give us paper, which will unlock in the already pre-built lumber mill. So we are just simply waiting for population to go up. A few things have not been operational just because they're full. Man, come on over to our camp. We got more than enough food. We actually need help eating the food and napping. We need some competent people who can come on over and eat food and then go right into nap mode. Oh, good. Mushrooms are being provided too. Wow. Yeah, the first year we didn't have any food. Now we have too much. Interesting how that works. We could cut down more trees, but I think we're okay. Wow, look at all that pretty water. Man, everything looks good. It really is just coming down to time here, and we're going into another winter. I don't know if winter actually has a negative debuff for our people. Oh, look at that, plus 85 now, beautiful. Workforce is -8, but I mean, I'm not going to pull it back. It would only be a slight reduction from -8 to -5, and that's fine. Wow, but if we double our efforts, it's a -20. Jeez, not even double, but 1.25. We can't even double. We can only go to 1.5 for a -40, which would be absolutely insane. And low would be a +5, like half hours. Like we'd be working 4 hours a day rather than 8. I have a feeling that we work longer than that, though. I think people were working like 10-hour days. Hey, whatever for survival, right? I mean, 10 hours a day for your survival is still not bad. A lot of work, though. Alright, so now we've got people coming through. Some of these buildings to make, oh yeah, our fish stews, too. And now winter. Hopefully we get another group of survivors. Wow, look at that. Even the barrels that are being transported around the camp via carts have snow on them too. That's interesting. 2 children were born this year. Ah, so we can get population via childbirth. which I think we did see something on the stats for that before. Not entirely sure where that is. Wow. Winter is coming. The brutal cold is here. Plus 70 on that. Oh, it does seem to have taken a little bit of a hit. Oh, you know what? Actually, in the spring, we're going to get a huge bonus, aren't we? If we can increase the amount of tools we're making here, I would like to increase those numbers. Field camp here is inactive now. That's interesting. No more resources around. We better go back and check every single one. That's something to note. There's not an indication when a resource runs out. And if it's the only thing being mined, like for example here, these are all depleted, so there's no reason to have that group working anymore. Except for if trees grow back. So we can now regain some of our workforce. These buildings, I guess we'll abandon them, and they'll have a temporary... I think that debuff is temporary, but... let's go ahead and put people back to work in our tool industry. Okay. Shut some things down for now. I think we just need a little bit of iron here and there. Ah. Tool production is now up by 1. Good. That's the only thing I was worried about. And now we should get a big old bonus. That's right. Plus 40 morale to all classes because we survived another gigantic winter. It was kind of rough, but we did it. I mean, it wasn't that rough. But, you know, it's not supposed to be easy. Alright, we've got all distribution to max. We've got regular morale at 65, plus a bonus for the new... a year plus 8 to all classes for our previous choice. Let's see. Emergency work shifts, plus 13 morale to all classes. Plus 40 workforce to all classes. Negative 17 health. Inpatient rest leave. Negative 45 workforce to all classes. Plus 20 health. Oh, wow. Probability of dying from severe illness and exhaustion is decreased. Let's go ahead and activate this one as well for a morale boost. Which is funny because it's called the emergency work shift, but we're not really changing any of our hours, but that must bypass that. That will hurt health a little bit, but morale needs to be higher as well as attractiveness. Healthcare is a negative 10, and work conditions negative 10. But everything else is plus 20. Food quality at 5. But I think that's just because we're doing basic food, not necessarily variety. Also, awareness from regions at 0 might require us to do a little bit more training. Or trading, rather. Or maybe both. End of the year report. Good job. Yep, all done. Alright, everything seems okay for balance now. Alright, let's max it out. 3 more children were born this year. Ah, the camp is so pretty. And they're right, too. Dust and sunshine and rain are all kind of random. As well as those winters where they come throughout 3 or 4 times a year. I know. Weird. Ooh, negative 40. Morale here looks like it's at 70. I think that's a marker for morale. Workforce negative 8. Whoa, and somebody died again, right? Jeez, yep. 2 people died due to a catastrophe. Evie and Holly were inside that building. My God. Well, another F down below in the comments section for those 2. If you've watched this far, show them some love. They ain't coming back. Minding their own business, doing their job at the old soup kitchen, and boom. Soup kitchens are a rough job in this game. That's the second time one of our soup kitchens have been hit. And now, unfortunately, we're going to lose morale. Damn. And workforce goes from 47 down to 45. We do have somebody free. I think we're pretty much good here. We just got to get these numbers up here. Can't switch to paper just yet. We just got to stand by and maintain, man. Just maintain. Did we unlock anything else? Nope, but we could build another windmill, though. Our 4th and probably final windmill on that row. Just to make sure we've got extra power for whatever we build next. 30 megawatts, probably not much for another building. We need to assign some people here. Well, let's do more mushroom, I suppose. We got plenty of that. Get somebody working in there. Oh. That's a good group coming in. That looks like, what, 3, maybe 6 workers coming in? That'll get us over 50 in total. So hopefully that unlocks the next tier. And then we can build that vocational camp. Come on in. Maybe it'll take a minute to settle in. There it is. A new cycle. Fantastic. Now we're on tier 3. So now we can build some really interesting things. Although I've never heard of this before. A kale yard? Is that where we're going to be growing like seaweed? We have a basic mine, so now we can get below the surface. Kiln, pit, scouts guild, so we can go out and explore. Prepare for trades that way. Technical boot camp, which was unlocked before. And the tailor. So we can get some of the basic needs for the workers done. Which is great. We can get them fully happy now. And then paper, of course, which we need for that vocational training. So let's get paper production. Prompt paper production is key. Development required, but we need to research that. So let's do that. Foreboding whispers. Chief, we know we're in no place to make excessive demands, but this is a fundamental issue. Community health is deteriorating to the point that we may start losing many of our fellows soon. Lack of care, malnutrition, hygiene problem, and the harsh seasons. Let us remind you that the factors at play, working long shifts and scorching hot weather, dehydration, and the weather affects us all the more, yeah. That's just due to the fact that I did the extendo shift, but everything else is probably not going to be too much of a factor. So they want us to start achieving regular health. So I agree to that. We'll go ahead and increase health above 40. So let's go ahead and turn that off, that emergency action if we can. 15 days left, though, so I can't undo that. But we'll get a plus 20 health here. So let's do that to counteract it. We'll shift it the other way for a little bit. I think everybody earned it after kicking butt up to this point. Okay, let's get the... we should have residence homes, right? Oh, yeah, of course. Research of vocational training. Oh, we can see the next cycle, too. So vocational training will get us up to craftsman and specialist, and then we can use tools and lumber for that. And then we can see some other things here. Divided layers, stable roots, insulated furnaces, switches and circuits, back to electricity, which is going to take copper, I think. So we need to mine iron for the tools and copper for all of our electronics, which is important. Inpatient rest leave. Good. Hopefully that helps the happiness there a little bit. So we're researching. We want to work on paper for our vocational studies. We're working on this one here. Cultivation will be next. Farming. Essentially, it looked like maybe we could farm flax. And we're going to keep a couple people here. Once we start the 800 paper. You know, actually, we could probably switch both of those. Well, I don't know. Let's get the lumber back up. Objective complete. Excellent. What the hell? Whoa, a sandstorm. Whoa! You guys want bigger portions? Ration size per capita increased by 30% for each distribution level. They're eating so much. Actually, that's okay. It'll get these numbers down. That's okay. We got a giant sandstorm. There's electricity everywhere, too. Is this going to damage buildings? This is bad. Ah, looks like that blew over. Nope, it's still coming. So much sand. Alright, let's start the vocational training. Alright, looks like that finally cleared out. Alright, we need 800 paper for that, so, you know what, let me undo that one last time. I keep forgetting my plan, that we have to pay that fee for that, too. So we got a lot more wood in storage now. We're using a little bit per day. But we're going to switch over and make a ton of paper now. An aid for our memory. Produce 400 paper. Our days of forgetting are over. And we're going to make 400 wood, but also we need to make 800 wood. We've already made, well, since tracking the goal, yeah. We'll have to make 800 in total. A guest. Hello. Hi, Chief. I'm Clara. Excuse my haste. I've come a long way, and you're the only group of people I've come across. I need your help. I'm a member of a village of 20 people, and our water wells have run dry. Couldn't find a permanent solution in our vicinity with our situation worsening day by day. Fellow villagers like me have gone to seek help. Take a breath and rest. We have no choice but to leave our home, but we have neither the strength nor resources to build a settlement from scratch. If you'd have us, we'd like to join you. Oh, absolutely. Though I hate to ask for more, it'd be a long and arduous journey. My people have already badly battered. We need supplies and resources to complete the journey. Absolutely, Raptoria will provide. Get it done. Alright, those are now our new Raptorians. We're going to provide them with tools and water so they can make their way here. Hell yeah. Good. And we completed the objective for that. Let's get our people training now. Alright, 20 people are about to move into the camp. That's a lot more mouths to feed, but we're about to, if you remember, take on farming. So that's going to be a good thing to consider too. Alright, let's get a few of these people to be craftsmen. Maybe those people moving in too will be craftsmen as well, so they can teach us their ways. We can learn from each other. Kick ass. Take names. Let's start training. Now, all these groups won't possibly pass, so, you know, we're making books for them, so they're going to do their best. Look at all these victories. Hell yeah. We're kicking ass. Water coming in. We'll need more food. What are we consuming? Remember, they're also consuming plus 30%, so that'll drop down, but we'll probably even out with the people about to arrive here. We'll see how long they take to come on through. Look at all these victories. Wait for Clara and her people to arrive. You mean our people. Clara, our scout, has gone out and gathered our Raptorians. Excellent work. She's leading the way back. Oh, looks like we're at 17 out of 70 now, so let's go ahead and slow things down. Good work. Now we can start producing big numbers. Alright, let's continue to make wood. Look at all these extra people we've got now. Excellent. So let's put people to work. Yeah, things were slow for a while, I'll admit, but now they're just popping off. I don't think we need too much more iron ore. Get people on mushrooms again. Oh, that, is that depleted? No. We'll certainly need some more wood soon. Let's have those guys gather regular logs again. Down to 8 people. Let's go ahead and have them start cooking. Actually, we can go fried meat on this one. And I do believe we have one cooking, or gathering fish for us, too. All right, these 2 buildings, I'll leave these here. Trees could regrow, and I could just turn those back on again at no cost, really. It's fine. Food seems to be maintaining. And we've got 2 people available. 1 out of 20. Oh, there's more on the way. Oh, the whole group should be here. More people are here. Training is complete. 2 people are ready to trek. Okay, so 2 people pass and 2 people need to work again. Fair enough. I'll need another 800 paper. But we still need to produce lumber for additional homes. More Raptorians are on the way. Keep cutting down trees. I think we're using regular wood for the paper, so yeah, getting those numbers up would be good. Alright, give me another group of trainees. We need 1 more person. Food's maxed out again. More training, please. And let's research something else. The kale yard. Oh, this will all take paper now. Well, we'll do the ones that don't. That seems to be clay works here. Brickworks, clay mine. We'll get going on that. Wow. Well, speaking of getting going, this is pretty much the end for today's episode. In the future, we may go look at some endgame stuff with trains and other technology that the game has to offer from some of the other scenarios, just to show it off. But there certainly is some interesting things coming, including strange lights above. Uh-oh. What could that mean? Well, I'll see you all in the next episode. Make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and smash that like button if you'd like to see more. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.